the way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. They'll run with Allen. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Come on, set. 70, Indy. Shoot.
Now on 2nd and 13. Young. And that is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Young. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Jeffrey with a catch left side. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back to Mixon on 1st down. And they'll get this down to the 10. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Hey, award 33. 53 is the mic. Bravo.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Jerry Rice there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Dawson able to connect on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
60 outlaw. Hey, box truck.
First and 10, Young. Whipping one into Allen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They have a first and 10 at the 18. To throw, Young. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And a big loss here as he's taken down. K1 short. He's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Steve Young. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Brandon Graham. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. This is fielded in, and all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone.
And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Vikings. Joe Mixon, 72 yards. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Dawson tacks on the point after, and it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. Oh, what a move. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Young. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Here's Young. They'll indeed go for it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Mayfield off the play fake. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And give him 9 yards on the second down screen play. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game.
And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
A pretty good looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock. Will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. 38-yard line. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
6-6, pull it high.
They'll try to throw now. Young looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will bring this all the way back. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Set, ready? 70, Indy. 54, watch 54. Watch the run, watch the run.
The first carry for the Hall of Famer, Marcus Allen. And he'll get about... here as he's out to the 30.
He's brought down by Ryan Shazier. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. 5.
Now a give, right side. Allen. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Young on 3rd down. He finds Beckham, complete. Well, they go with a slant that time, 15 yards and a first down. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's actually...
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Play action now. Here's Steve Young. And he's going to go down again. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it with the 85 MVP, Marcus Allen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They go play fake. Mahomes. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for the great one, Jerry Rice. And it's third down.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Young. This is caught by Antonio Brown. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
Over the middle to Beckham. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 40 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Check line 54. Line 54. Go. 60 or 54. Line 54.
To throw again on 2nd down. Young. And that's incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On 3rd down, Allen. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Mahomes now on 1st down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at a top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, in Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against this secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those four. What a matchup that would have been. But it was a terrific night for those gentlemen. Congratulations. And, of course, Ed Reed's bust will go down in history because they got the hair exactly right. And Ed had a ball up there in his Hall of Fame speech.
And remember, next year they're going to celebrate the centennial year of the NFL with a special class of 20. So get ready for those speeches.
I wonder if they'll do it like Johnny Robinson this year, who actually submitted a video instead of going up to the podium. And his speech was about 5 minutes.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Khalil Mack able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
On the double. 54. Hey, that's good.
3rd and long for Young. He'll set up the screen to Marcus Allen. The 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run the draw play. Allen. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Down. 50.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
12 yards there and a 1st down. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Protein spill.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Ready. Check Mike 54. Mike down.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. They'll run. This is Allen. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as the Ravens push further out in front. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's hit it.
Following the interception, Young. Allen here on the screen. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marcus Allen. He scored on the ground and through the air as the Ravens push further out in front. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion.
Clear.
Now here's Young, hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy.
Now he's into the clear. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 74 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
From the 30 on second down, Young got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 16 yards, a first down.
Let's go. 18 Gators. Check line 54. Line 54. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. Line 54. Let's go.
Throwing on second down, Young. Caught left side, it's Beckham. 27 yards there, a first down. On first and 10, Young. That is caught at the 7. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Again, it's Young. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, but it'll be second and goal.
Now second and goal from the 7.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that.
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are back within a single score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Mark 54. Mark 54.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Young. He finds his target. Beckham. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And an alley to run. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Steve Young. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Check right 54. Right 54. Defense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Young. He's got the first down and more past midfield. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure out of the passer.
From the 44, Young. Now they go screen. It's complete. And now past another. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards there and a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, 20, 10, 5, and he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Young now, 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down. On second and 9, Young. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Now Young throwing on fourth down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Here's Allen. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They stay on the ground with Allen. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You're looking at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Brings up second and goal at the 8-yard line.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
What we got?
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. From 8 yards out. And then